Hello, welcome to Take 10 on Tuesdays with the Tennessee Tribune. I'm Sandra Long Weaver. I'm the Editorial Director for the Tribune, and today our guest is LaRhonda S. Magras, who is the Vice President for Community Programs at the YWCA. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And today we're going to talk about the Family Literacy Program.
Yes, we are. I'll just kind of start. First of all, thank you for having me here, and tell you a little bit about the YWCA. And that the YWCA is a 118-year-old organization.
Wow.
And we have a mission of eliminating racism and empowering women. And we believe in peace, justice, dignity, and freedom for all.
Right. And I know that's been going on in Nashville now for quite some time.
Yes, it has. And we really go about our services on a continuum from prevention to self-sufficiency. Mm-hmm. And the Family Literacy Center falls on that part of the continuum.
Now, how long has the Family Literacy Program been in existence?
Well, in its current form, this is we're celebrating 3 years. This is our third year, but we have done adult education work for over a decade, 20 years, I think, over 20 years. But more recently, we have come into a new model that's called a 4-component family literacy model.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about what that means.
Yeah, so there's, we know that families learn best together. Okay. The 4-component model involves adult education, children education, parent time, as well as an interactive parent and child time.
Oh.
So,
okay.
Parents get to participate in our program by earning their high school equivalency, or what used to be called the GED. It's now called the High Set, and so they can come to us and receive that service, as well as 3 to 5-year-olds, and we work with them in their early literacy.
Okay.
So,
and this is a free service, or
it is.
It is, and so you have to sign up, obviously.
You do. Yeah. Interested adults would call our office, schedule an appointment, and what we call a assessment. And so, at that assessment appointment, they'll take a test that's called, or an assessment that's called a TABE, T-A-B-E. And it really tests their skills in math, reading, science, social studies, writing.
To determine where they are, and then that determines how long they'll have to be enrolled.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We, through that assessment, are able to say, well, you're doing really great in these 3 areas, but these 2 areas, you need a little more support in order to be successful and pass the High Set, the official High Set exam.
Okay, so the whole family can come to you then, mothers, fathers, children, young children. Now, you mentioned 3 to 5-year-olds. Mm-hmm. What about children who maybe need mentoring support, who are in elementary or middle school? Are they also part of this?
Well, we have family time. We have events throughout the organization that's about the whole family. But we specifically focus on that adult and that young learner, because we realize that that young learner, if we're helping to support a literacy-rich home, that child's outcomes are a whole lot better when they enter school, and we won't necessarily see that child as one of our parents later on. And so they really get to see that learning and interaction really together in the household. I mean, we do have other programs for that middle kind of group.
Middle age. Mm-hmm. Well, with the young learner, so are they sitting with the parent, and also now the parent's focusing on the high school equivalency, but the young learner has their own books, or
they do. They do. We have a pre-K room at our Woodmont location, a pre-K classroom. And while parent is handling what they need to handle, taking care of themselves, their children are in the next classroom and they're learning as well. And then we bring them together. And so children really learn through play. We know they learn best through play. And that child gets to show their parent what they learned. And so these are skills that they can take home and transfer those skills home. And so it's about a continuous learning. It's a lifelong process, family process of learning.
Okay, all right. And then the family time is the 4 components. I'm trying to cover all 4. Yeah. So the family time. Now, how does that work?
That is really the packed time. That's parent and child interaction. So that's really the one I was describing as now. Parent is looking at child, and child is saying, Mom, Dad, look what I can do, right? Look
Okay.
at this. And so they're watching.
Mhm.
And so that's the PAC time. That's parent and child together. The children's time is when they're learning these activities alone.
Okay.
And then the parents, outside of adult education on their own, are doing things like they can do job skills training, parenting skills, handling life skills issues, whatever it is. We have staff who are working with them to help them achieve whatever goal it is that they want to achieve.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Okay. And so now the parent is enrolled,
Mhm.
and the young child is enrolled as well. How successful has this program been over the 3 years that you say in this new form?
Yeah, we're very successful. I
Okay.
would say that we serve on average about 750 adults annually that walk through our door. And 100 of those adults go on to get their high school equivalency.
Wonderful.
So we have a graduation every summer, and I tell you, there is not a dry eye in the house
Oh, I'm
because
sure.
you have this entire family and this adult who we recognize. It takes a lot of courage
Mm-hmm.
first to call,
Right.
make that call, and then to walk through the door
Right.
and say, this is a dream of mine. I am going to make this happen. And our staff, we don't take that lightly. So
Mhm.
we really support that adult and encourage them. You're here, you took that first step, and so we really encourage them to stay. And so they go on to get their high school equivalency. So we, I think, are very successful. We're the only ones in Nashville that have the 4-component model.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It is really, adult education is usually what folks are really doing. We have a lot of community partners
Mm-hmm.
who just do that part. But we are really trying to grow and develop even more our family literacy model because we know how important that family interacting together and through education, how important that is to the success of the family and the children.
Okay. So are they coming every day to the Y for classes, or is it just on the weekends?
Mhm.
I'm just trying to get a sense of the time.
Okay. Well, we offer free classes. We offer them 6 days a week in 3 community locations. We're in Antioch, we're in Madison, and we're also at our Woodmont Green Hills location.
Okay.
We try to have day and evening, making it
To
more
cover
convenient. It's
the-
not about us. It's about it's client centered. So it's really
Right.
about what their needs are. And that has been successful. So we're at Madison Library, we're at Southeast Library in Antioch, Mount Zion Church in
okay.
Antioch,
Mhm.
Murfreesboro Road area, and then our Woodmont site as
Okay.
well.
And if someone wanted to check out the website, can you tell us what that
Sure.
web address is?
Sure, it's obviously
Yeah.
YWCA-Nashville.com.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so they can just go to the website and determine which location is
Yes,
best.
works best for them.
Mhm.
Everyone comes through Woodmont first. That's where we
Ah.
provide the assessment, and then from there we work with them to see which is best, what community location they would like to take their instructional classes to prepare them for the HiSET exam.
All right. All right. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you
Our
for
guest
having me.
on Take 10 on Tuesdays has been LaRhonda S. Magras, who's the Vice President for Community Programs at the YWCA. And if you know someone who is thinking about, needs encouragement to get their high school equivalency,
Mhm.
sounds like the YWCA is a place to go where you can get the support.
Thank you.
Thank you.